Hello, everybody. How we doing?
Good morning, everybody.
Joe here.
Hi, Kevin.
Really excited for the West Wing, guys. This has been an amazing experience.
Yeah, it really has. This second season, a lot of people said the second season's their favorite, and I can see why. I'm really enjoying this season a lot.
It just blows my mind how each episode just keeps topping itself.
Yeah, it's pretty fantastic. The last one with the Chinese immigrants, I missed having a good Bartlett office closing scene that we haven't had a whole lot of lately. It was nice to get one there.
That's been, I think the last episode is my top 5 favorite of the show so far. We got personal in the last episode. You guys can check that out for yourselves. But yeah, you're right. Also, somebody pointed out that you know how the episode started with like an introduction to each character?
Right, yeah.
Apparently that comes up again.
Yeah, just kind of like a reintroduction of the characters for everybody.
Yes, yeah, and that's kind of like not a standalone episode, but a certain type of episode.
Okay.
That you know we're going to get some like real personal character information.
Yeah. So, we learned a lot about Toby. In that last one, in his push to ban school prayer, which I understand where he's coming from 100%, and I think he was completely right.
Completely.
The idea
of pray. You don't have to.
Well, I just
like
don't,
in your own time.
You know yeah. In your own time. Don't make it a thing to where it's like you can opt out of, so that you know, if a kid can opt out of prayer, the kid can be ostracized for opting out of prayer.
Right? Exactly.
It shouldn't be a thing that it's an opt out situation. It should be
It has
Bible club. My high school had.
It has fingers pointed at you, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so it's really complicated.
Yeah,
if it's something you believe in, fantastic. But we shouldn't tell other people to believe in it too.
Yeah, I'm with Toby. I don't think prayer in schools, especially if the schools itself is going to be doing it.
Yeah.
A kid praying in school can be a kid praying in school and should be allowed to pray wherever you want. It's America.
That we do have Catholic schools for that.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
So there you go.
But it shouldn't. But it shouldn't be a school-led time of prayer or reflection or whatever you want to call it.
No,
because the kids who don't participate are going to be ostracized completely.
I don't think we see very much of that today, though.
No, it was a much bigger thing 20 years ago when the show was big. Right, the push for it.
Like when I was in grade school, we had stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Also, we used to do the Pledge of Allegiance. We don't do that anymore.
Oh, they do. They still do.
They still do?
Yeah, I think it's law. It's after 9/11 it became the law in most states. Like I don't know. Huh. I don't know where it is now, but at one point I looked it up a couple of years ago. Like 45 states had mandatory school prayer.
Grade schools or middle school or
all the way, public school, all the way, public and private school. You had to do it by law. They still do it. They do it here.
In our middle school, we definitely didn't. So, well, they're shut down now. Yeah, we did not do the Pledge of Allegiance in middle school.
Maybe it wasn't law at that point, but it is now.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Learn something every day.
Exactly. All right, you want to watch some new Patreon subscribers before we move on, guys? And some of these names are rough. Shadow Mirror, Carl, By the Light of Dead Stars, Kovan, Jogeli, Glenn Skite, Chantal Evans, Malachi, Ritwick, Noverconi,
nailed it.
Jake, Sikozu, and Akila. Yeah, I'm definitely sure I got every one of those right. Thank you so much, guys, and welcome. We really, really do appreciate it.
I get such a kick out of that. It's amazing. But yeah, thank you guys. We genuinely appreciate you guys being here. You're making this whole thing happen.
Yeah, we couldn't be doing this without the support of you guys. So thank you very much. We really appreciate your support.
She says thank you too.
Yeah, Dame Judy Dench, who is clawing my leg pretty well right
now. For those of you guys checking us out on YouTube, welcome to our channel. Thank you for being here. Hit that like button for us if you haven't already. Leave us a comment down below, and please, please, please hit the subscribe button so you guys can stay up to date with what we're doing for you.
Yeah, we very much appreciate that.
Yes, we do.
If you'd like to see full-length reactions to The West Wing and the other shows we're watching, I know, right? Please check out the link to our Patreon in the description below. That's where all the full-length stuff is. If you would like to check that out, you're going to have to watch on your own source material to sync with us for copyright purposes. We are watching The West Wing on HBO Max, or Max, as it might be called now. I'm not sure.
Very soon.
Very soon, right?
First time I heard Galileo 5, the way the imagination immediately, it reminded me of the way folks in my generation felt when we heard Yellow Submarine.
Okay. You're from NASA Public Affairs?
Yeah.
You mind if I give it a polish?
Is there a problem?
No, it's great. You mind if I change it?
I'd prefer if you didn't.
I strongly urge you, Mr. President, to act as moderator and pass the questions off to one of the experts on the panel rather than answer it yourself.
The planet Mars is 4.
He's going to answer it anyway.
What did I just say?
I knew that. God forbid that while talking to 60,000 public school students, the president should appear smart.
Right? Yeah.
Just don't show off.
in an extremely historic event which...
This is bad writing, yeah.
Mr. President.
Little heavy on the adverbs there.
I did, sir.
The Milwaukee Journal is quoting an unnamed White House source as saying the president doesn't like green beans. That's a pretty slow news day in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Josh?
Citizen Stamp Advisory Committee has recommended to the Postmaster General that Marcus Aquino be put on the next issue.
He advocated statehood, right?
Strongly advocated it.
Give it to somebody else.
No.
Please?
This is a public
Great
face
shot, by the
thing.
Yeah.
Leo, I might need some help.
Take Josh.
Thanks. Congratulations. You're choosing the next stamp. Did you see this
Of course
morning?
I saw the news report. I highlighted your copy.
You didn't highlight the green bean story.
No, I thought it was best just to alert Justice Department officials.
Mrs. Lanningham.
Yes, sir.
Nothing after 6:30. I'm going to go to the residence and read about Mars.
You're attending a concert at the Kennedy Center.
Since when?
Mr. McGarry's office put it on your schedule.
Give me Leo. The Reykjavik Symphony Orchestra?
Yes, sir.
Leo!
It's in Iceland.
I know
It'd be
where
amazing if it was
Reykjavik
like
is, Charlie. I
Aerosmith.
wish I... Why do I?
Because you canceled yesterday's meeting with the Icelandic ambassador.
I'm being punished.
No, sir. Iceland is considering defying the ban on whale hunting, and there was an explosion in the Russian oil refinery.
Good afternoon, Mr. President.
Hey, Jack.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
John Carroll Lynch.
Gentlemen.
He was in Fargo
He was
talking about stamp design.
Love you, Marge.
It's not a refinery fire.
It's a missile silo.
There was an explosion in the missile silo? A few years later, he contradicted the theory that a heavier body falls faster than a lighter one. He contradicted Aristotle, Charlie.
Saw the rings on Saturn.
Yes, he did.
So cool.
2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yes. Let me say first that you were right.
The green
I was
beans
wrong.
is a thing now.
Makers take a beating.
You know where?
In Oregon?
In Oregon. You know why?
Because they're a major producer of green beans.
They're a huge producer, Toby.
You, Sam Mallory, the president, and an Icelandic delegation.
Hang on.
Sounds like punchline bridge.
I can't go. The president wants us to go to the concert tonight so we can discuss broader themes for the televised classroom.
Great.
Great.
Should be about more than rocks and average rainfall. And I think it's incredible the president's asked the two of us. It's a privilege.
Mallory's going to be there.
I can't go.
Faced with the privilege of attacking with energy due the moment.
I never called her after the picture. It was me and Lori in the newspaper. I never called her. She never called me.
I think an early warning ballistic missile system and the troops who run it mistakenly detected a bogey from a flock of Norwegian geese.
Did you have the president's NASA advisor come over?
Yes, sir. Can I tell him why?
We lost the signal from Galileo.
Oh, no.
That's horrible.
Man, they're just having a bad day again.
Really, truly.
And it started off like it was going to go so well.
Yeah.
Hence his life running the world.
Right, yeah. Full of stuff you don't want to have to deal with, but you have
Right.
to.
When it comes to statehood for Puerto Rico, the United States has to remain neutral.
Puerto Rico's
Why?
in the United States.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you for that review of 5th grade social studies. But
And that as it stands now, 3.8 million American citizens have been relegated to second-class status.
100%. Yeah.
That's more people than Mississippi. Puerto Ricans have to register to be drafted into the armed forces, yet they're not allowed to vote for president. They're expected to die for a commander-in-chief. They had no voice in electing.
last the flight controllers heard from Galileo was 11 minutes before landing when all systems were operating normally. They're trying. They're trying the things they try. I'm going to give it an hour and then tell Leo we got to cancel the classroom. Where are you going?
I have to go to the Kennedy Center and be with people who don't like me.
You can do that right here.
Mallory's going to be there with her boyfriend, and it's going to be weird because we haven't spoken to one another since the picture, which...
Madam Ambassador,
Leo,
thank you for coming.
you look handsome, Leo.
Nadia, are you hitting on me?
I was sorry to hear about your
I think
divorce.
she is it out of a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
You have a fire in the missile silo. Is your country ready to deny there was an explosion at Seago Silo 14D? We have guys who train for it all the time. Ask us for help.
Yeah. Right? It's like, would you like us to put out your nuclear missile fire?
So we don't have Chernobyl 2.
Yeah, exactly.
90 pieces, including anvils and castanets.
Turn the car around.
Modern music is cool.
Modern music sucks. Anything written after
Okay, Grandpa.
1860 sucks.
Oh.
It is not classical music if the guy finished writing it this afternoon.
That's fair.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
Every time they have the motorcade, I love it.
I
so
love,
much.
love the motorcade shots. It's the scale of it, you know?
Exactly. It's the scale, the staging of it. It's all so fantastic.
Camera works really good in this episode, too. A lot of motion with the camera.
Yeah. Going up the stairs. Those
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Hey, Sam. How you doing?
I'm good.
Just
Yeah, who's your boyfriend?
I don't think...
What's his name?
His name is Richard Andrewchuk.
There's a hockey player named Richard Andrewchuk.
Well, unless there are two of them.
The explosion occurred while liquid hydrogen was being drained.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Mr. President?
Yeah.
Somebody stealing hydrogen from a nuclear missile silo?
I said the president doesn't like green beans.
Why?
Because he doesn't.
How did you say it?
I said the president likes steaks, he likes lobster, he likes spaghetti, he likes ice cream.
And?
He doesn't like green beans.
Did you leave any wiggle room?
Education's a serious thing. Crime, jobs, national security.
Everybody's stupid in an election year, Charlie.
Oh, everybody gets treated stupid in election year, CJ.
No, Tad Whitney is coming over to me.
You interviewed Tad?
Oh, God, he's got me in his tractor beam.
I didn't get the gig, huh?
I gave it to Simon Glazer.
I heard. And it wasn't because I stopped seeing you.
Tad, it honestly was a matter of Simon... No, of course it didn't have anything to do with...
It wasn't because you were bad in bed or anything like that.
Oh my God, this guy sucks.
No, I didn't think it was, Tad.
You're good in bed.
I'm great in bed. How you doing?
How you doing? Yeah.
I think you're caught between wanting to be mad and wanting good seats for home games.
I get pretty good seats as it is, Mallory.
$165 million to lose the thing. How much more money is it going to cost to make sure you're never going to find it?
You're always best spent on new hockey arenas.
It's
Nice.
best spent feeding and housing and educating people.
There are a lot of hungry people in the world, Mal, and none of them are hungry because we went to the moon.
We really have to go to Mars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it's next.
That's true.
Because we came out of the cave. The history of man is hung on a timeline
Yeah.
of inspiration.
Yes, it
This is
is.
what's next.
Yes, it is.
I know.
Clearly. You know, for a public school teacher, she dates pretty well.
Right? Yeah.
The deputy communications director and a professional hockey player.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad
good
for
her.
her.
Yeah.
Your paranoia was a lot sexier back when you guys were communists, Nadia.
Mr. President.
It was being drained of its liquid hydrogen in an attempt by deserting soldiers to, wait for it,
Steal the warheads.
steal the
Whoa,
warhead.
that's even worse than I thought.
You guys fall asleep at the switch in Minsk, and I've got a whole hemisphere hiding under the bed. How do you not tell us this is going on? I really don't know from where you guys get the nerve.
From a long, hard winter.
World War II, no one got it worse than the Russians.
Absolutely, but this is a big.
It's a big deal.
deal.
Yeah, it's a big
This is
deal.
global. It's
Yeah.
not just the
Still
state
my
of Russia.
office,
Yeah.
right?
I said, you don't like green beans, sir.
CJ?
He doesn't enjoy them. He doesn't think they're bad for you, and he doesn't think the people who make them are evil. People stopped trusting government during Vietnam, and it was because government stopped trusting them. It's
Yes.
a cautionary tale, Josh.
Let's not kid ourselves. The Reykjavik Symphony can play.
Yeah.
You liked it, all right.
Serious game. They played a piece by a new composer. At first I wasn't hearing. I had 19 different things on my mind. It was magnificent. It
Good.
was genius.
Good.
He built these themes, and at the beginning, it was just an intellectual exercise.
I think you should do the classroom either way.
Yeah?
I think you should say to these kids, you think you get it wrong sometimes, you should come down here and see how the big boys do it.
Nice.
I think some, they might honestly see that it's about going to the blackboard and raising your hand.
This is great.
That's
I
fantastic.
got goosebumps on that.
That was
Mother
such
of God, that was such a good episode.
That was so good. It just kind of flew by. That
Yeah.
40 minutes just melted away. Amazing episode. The
No,
stakes, stakes were high, but at the same time, it was fun. It was very well paced.
The speeches and the ideas that they carried were fantastic.
Yes.
Sam's notion of we need to go to Mars because it's next. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You do what's next. You know, that's one of the lines that people love from the show that gets said a lot is what's next? What's next? Move to the next issue. Move on. Move forward. Move on to the next thing. And for our species as explorers, Mars is next.
Exactly.
I really like that a lot.
And that's a theme we've been dealing with forever. I mean, like, you know, the whole idea of, say, 2001. It was just sci-fi, but, you know, it starts off with the dawn of man, and it ends up with us exploring the stars. I mean,
exactly.
That's what we should be doing. And when I was a kid, I always wondered if, when I was my age now, if we'd be there. We're not really there yet, technically, but we're moving forward.
It's one of those things I think from what I've read about Mars, what a lot of the guys and ladies who work at NASA and in the private sector said is we can go to Mars. It's just
is it feasible?
It's feasible. It's just how much money is it going to cost? Are we really are we ready to make the investment to go? Because technology wise, we can do it.
That'd be so cool.
It would just cost not a small fortune, but probably a large one. to make it happen.
Sure, and that's the important thing is that fortunately the world is run on money.
Right. Oh, for
money
sure.
doesn't grow on trees, but we can certainly act like we can print it at our will. But regardless, it's such a cool thought to think that we're very soon will be
in our lifetimes
voyaging the
will
stars.
happen, for sure,
That's such a cool thought to think because we are explorers. And, in
Whole
our
species
lifetime,
of them.
we might be able to see that.
Yeah, like Sam said, being explorers is what got us out of the caves in the first place.
Yeah,
this was a very, very well written episode. I mean, they all are. Aaron Sorkin is a genius as a writer, and I just really feel like he really shone the dialogue really shone in this episode.
Sure, and what makes the episode flow so well is that you don't just have one issue they're dealing with. I think this one had three
major ones. Yeah, several.
You have the green bean bit in there too.
The green beans, the Russian missile, the Mars probe,
and they flow together so well. It's like you get this long spiel on one subject, and the next thing you know, we're on to another one, and then it keeps you wondering about the last one. It keeps you engaged, keeps you intrigued, and it just wraps up so nicely every time.
Yeah, the world is a complex and nuanced place. You're going to be dealing with a lot.
And in real life, I'm sure they're dealing with more than 3 issues at a time. But still, it's like it's.
That's why we have thousands and thousands and thousands of employees working for the federal government.
Yes, it's a nice little glimpse into their day to day.
Yeah, great episode, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.